Have you ever stared down a massive, totally undocumented legacy system and just felt a stress headache coming on? You know the exact scenario, right? Just mountains of raw data, a completely tangled web of source code, and absolutely nobody left on the team who remembers how any of it actually connects. It's chaotic, it's incredibly frustrating, and honestly, it wastes countless hours. Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're looking at a pretty incredible tool designed to solve exactly that headache. It's called Modej, and it's a platform engineered to ingest all that chaotic legacy database structure and code and literally bring instant order to the madness. Okay, let's dive into this by looking directly at their core mission. The documentation lays it out plain and simple. Modej transforms legacy databases and source code into living documentation, navigable diagrams, and professional reports. I mean, just think about that for a second. Instead of spending weeks or even months manually mapping out tables or trying to trace variables through thousands of lines of dusty old code, this tool completely automates the heavy lifting. It basically takes the raw, messy reality of your legacy projects and turns it into clean, interactive assets that you can actually use and share with your team.
So to structure this explainer, we're going to follow your data's actual transformation journey. We'll start off by discovering the power of Modej, then we'll check out the fast first import, visualize the ER schema, and dig into the code mapping and AI analysis. After that, we'll cover the plus features and security, and finally, generating professional reports. All right, part one, discover the power of Modej. Let's take a look at the overarching capabilities here. Now, what's really interesting about this architecture is that it doesn't just look at your database in isolation. It actually has the capability to ingest both your database structure, so your tables, columns, keys, and optionally, the actual application's source code that interacts with it. By bringing these two worlds together, it bridges the gap between where your data lives and how your application actually manipulates it. And for a tool handling such complex, intertwined systems, the setup is remarkably clean. The whole interface is streamlined into just 8 main menu items. You've got your dashboard, import db/code, db schema, analysis, processes, code, plus, and admin. Items with a little drop-down arrow logically group related functions. It's perfectly designed so you aren't overwhelmed by a million options right off the bat. The whole thing follows a really natural analytical workflow. Moving right along to section 2, the fast first import. Let's see how quickly we can get things running. You know, one of the biggest barriers to adopting any documentation or analysis tool is just the setup time. If a tool takes days to configure, you're already losing money. And let's be real, you're losing patience too. Modej is absolutely built for speed. It's designed to give you actionable insights almost immediately. In fact, 5 minutes. That is the exact metric they highlight for completing your very first import. Literally, and the time it takes to go brew a cup of coffee, you can take a raw text file containing your database schema and watch it transform into a brilliant navigable diagram. The instant gratification here is a massive advantage for technical teams who just need answers right away. And the quick start track proves this immediate value through 4 super simple steps. Step 1, you just create a new project and import your data definition language, or DDL file. Step 2, you instantly explore the generated ER schema with all the relationships already connected. Step 3, if you've uploaded code, you can run an AI analysis to see exactly what that code is up to. And finally, step 4, with just a few clicks, you generate your first technical report. It is a completely frictionless onboarding experience. And speaking of importing, you've got to see the vast array of legacy databases supported here. Modej handles your modern server-based relational databases like MySQL, PostgreSQL, and Oracle, sure, but it also seamlessly handles deeply legacy file-based systems like Microsoft Access, DBase, and even Paradox. But wait, here is the absolute most important detail. Modej never requires a direct connection to your live database. Not once. Instead, it relies entirely on text schemas. They provide these ready-to-use local batch scripts that you just run on your own machine. This extracts the structure safely without ever exposing your sensitive database credentials to the cloud. Okay, section 3, visualize the ER schema. This is where we turn that raw data into interactive diagrams. So once your data is safely imported, this is where the magic happens. Those endless rows of dry SQL text are suddenly turned into an interactive drag-and-drop diagram. Every single table becomes a card showing its columns, primary keys, and relationships, and it automatically inherits a sleek, light, or dark theme, whichever you prefer. But what makes this schema incredibly smart is exactly how it handles relationships. It actively distinguishes between explicitly declared native SQL foreign keys, which show up as solid indigo lines, and manual foreign keys, drawn with dashed orange lines. And why does this matter? Well, because in a ton of legacy databases, the relationships aren't officially declared in the SQL at all. They only exist in the application code, or honestly, just in the original developers' heads. Modej actually lets you manually map these hidden relationships, documenting them permanently from anyone who touches the project next. Which brings us to Section 4, Code Mapping and AI Analysis. Let's look at how we connect the code to the database. Now, if you choose to upload your source code, whether that's written in C#, Java, Delphi, or PHP, Modej performs a really deep cross-examination between that code and your newly imported database schema. The result? The code-to-DB matrix. And by defining this matrix, Modej gives you absolute clarity over what used to be a totally tangled web. For every unit of code, you can see exactly which database tables it touches, the specific method name used, and whether it performs a select, insert, update, or delete operation. It literally takes the guesswork entirely out of refactoring or debugging complex legacy applications. So, the crucial point is understanding the fundamental difference between the two types of analyses offered here. On one side, you have the AI analysis. This examines your code to provide a general overview, detect OWASP security vulnerabilities, and even suggest refactoring patterns. But on the other side, you have DB analysis. This one is entirely deterministic, no AI involved whatsoever. It strictly evaluates your database schema against fixed structural rules. We're talking checking things like normalization, naming conventions, and data types. It even goes as far as giving you a ready-to-copy SQL script to just fix the issues on the spot. And hey, if you're leaning heavily into the AI tools, here is a truly fantastic value metric for you. The base plan actually includes 50 free AI analyses per day. 50. This allows you to rapidly scan different modules of your code to spot dangerous security flaws or identify performance bottlenecks like N+1 queries, all without worrying about hitting some annoying paywall immediately. It's an incredibly generous daily allowance for your standard refactoring workflows. All right, let's shift gears to Section 5, Plus Features and Security. Let's explore some of the more advanced, secure capabilities. Naturally, when you're dealing with proprietary source code and sensitive database schemas, security is paramount. It's the number one concern. Modej operates under incredibly strict privacy mandates to handle this. Before a single byte of data is ever sent for AI analysis, things like passwords, API keys, and connection strings are masked locally, right inside your browser. They literally never leave your computer in plain text. On top of that, your uploaded source code is never stored on their servers after the analysis is complete, and all extraction scripts run strictly locally. You are completely 100% insulated. Now, for the power users out there, the platform also offers a marketplace of plus features. These are advanced, modular add-ons like unlimited AI analysis, a table usage heat map, which is absolutely awesome for seeing your most critical data points at a glance, and SQL query extraction. It's important to note, though, that these Plus modules are purchased separately and are valid for 12 months. And unlike the base subscription, which has a very standard 14-day refund policy, the Plus features are non-refundable since access is immediate and irrevocable once you add them. Which brings us to our final stop, Section 6, Professional Reports. Let's talk about generating those highly anticipated deliverable assets. After all that importing, mapping, and analyzing, you eventually need to present your findings, right? Well, entirely within your browser, Modej generates a comprehensive 20 to 30-page PDF report. And this brilliantly illustrates the entire system. It flows perfectly from an executive summary packed with complexity KPIs, straight down into your interactive ER schema, a natural language business glossary for your non-technical readers, detailed code-to-DB heat maps, and finally, a deep technical appendix. It is a massive, incredibly thorough deliverable, and it's created in just seconds. But if a static PDF just isn't quite dynamic enough for your upcoming client meeting, there is also presentation mode. This is honestly such a delightful feature. It instantly pivots all of your analysis, your metrics, and those interactive schemas into a live full-screen slideshow. You can seamlessly navigate right through your business processes and data mappings just using your keyboard arrows, making for an incredibly slick, professional live demo. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one provocative question to think about. How much time are you currently wasting manually documenting your chaotic legacy systems? I mean, really think about it. When tools like Modej exist to automate the mapping, the analysis, and the reporting of your oldest, messiest code bases in mere minutes, clinging to manual documentation is just slowing you down. It's time to let the automation handle the heavy lifting, so you can get back to what really matters, actually building the future.